My name is Kwabna Chenche Henibwati. Many thanks for joining us here on News Desk. Now, there's heavy police deployment in the northern regional capital, Tamale, as the Electoral Commission rounds up its voter transfer exercise today. The move follows clashes between supporters of the governing NDC and the opposition NPP in the town on Thursday over that very transfer exercise. Now, this has led to the closure of the EC offices in the town. Let's get the very latest on the ground from Hashmin Mohammed, our reporter who has been monitoring this issue keenly since Thursday. Well, he's joining us on phone now with some more. Hashmin, good morning. Many thanks for joining us. Can you tell us what the situation on the ground is as we speak? Okay. Right, I'm told we have lost Hashmin Mohammed on the line there, but we will be returning to that very conversation, and indeed we'll be speaking to our reporter on the ground, Hashmin Mohammed, who will be telling us a lot more about that very situation on the ground as far as security is concerned. But I'm told we now have him, so we can get a lot more from Hashmin. Hashmin, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. I was asking what the situation on the ground is this morning. How is Tamale? Hello, Hashmin?
Hello?
Right. Yes, we can hear you now. You can go ahead.
The exercise itself has not started because the Electoral Commission here in Tamale says that they will not be attending to the registrants until security is beefed at the place. When I visited there this morning, there was only one police officer who was manning the gate of the Electoral Commission. And the EC, the Metro EC boss says until they are satisfied with the security arrangements, they cannot attend to the many people who have queued in lines to transfer their votes.
So much as there has been a heavy deployment of police personnel, well, for that very Electoral Commission office, we have just one officer currently there.
Well, there's no, I think at the center itself, there's no heavy security, as we were told by the police yesterday. It was only yesterday that they sent their men. But this morning, when I went there as early as 7 up to now, the police are yet to arrive. There's only one police officer. And that is the fear of the EC officials there, and they are saying that they don't know what will happen, taking into consideration their experience yesterday where an unknown assailant fired some gunshots. So they are saying that until the security is beefed up, like what they saw yesterday when they ran.
Okay, so speaking of yesterday, I'm sure you take us back to that very day. That's Thursday. And then you can tell us what really happened. We do know that there was a lot of violence, there were clashes, and even at a point, there were gunshots. What sparked all those controversies and indeed the violence?
Well, what sparked the violence was that some unidentified group of persons who are not known residents of Tamale came in their numbers to register, and the political parties, being suspicious of their identity, decided to protest, saying that these people are people who have been barred from elsewhere to Tamale for them to be registered. And they protested. Later on, as we were all standing at the EC, we heard some gunshots from one direction of the office, and people had to run to safety. And that sparked the violence yesterday.
I see. So as things stand now, the EC office in Tamale is still shut, it's still closed, and the officials are saying they're not going to return to their posts until there's enough security for them.
Well, it isn't that it is shut. They are in their office, but what they have decided to do is that it is locked to the people who want to transfer their votes.
Okay.
And they are saying that not until the police reinforcement is beefed up, they will not be able to attend to them because they cannot guarantee their safety if there's only one police officer who is trying to protect them.
Okay. Hashmin, many thanks for that update, and we'll be coming back to you later in the show for some more on this very development. So that's another regional correspondent, Hashmin Mohammed, who joined us on phone with some more on the situation on the ground. Well, the information is given us now suggests that much as the EC officials are at post, or they are refusing to go through with this very exercise, it has to do with the voter transfer exercise, which, mind you, is ending today. And they're saying that unless, of course, their security is guaranteed, they are unable to fulfill this very function of ensuring that people are able to transfer their votes to the regional capital there. We were built to speak to the regional police PRO, ASP Ebenezer Tete, but I'm told we do not have him on the line. But looking at the developments that have come up, we might have to get through to the Electoral Commission as well and find out from their spokesperson what really the situation is, what more they are doing about this very development. More on this subsequently. But away from that now, and the Accra High Court is today scheduled to review a contempt case brought against the Electoral Commission by the Progressive People's Party. The Commission, through its chair, Charlotte Osei, on Friday, September 30, received a 50,000 Ghana cedi filing fee from the party, contrary to its earlier position of rejecting the monies from other parties due to a legal suit on the matter. But explaining to the media the reason for rejecting the filing fees of other parties but accepting that of the PPP, EC Chair Charlotte Osei said she was under the guise the party had withdrawn its suit on the issue. We'll go to courts in a bit and bring you some more. But let's still stay with issues relating to elections. And with 60 days to the general elections, that's here in Ghana, some voters in the Bantama constituency in the Ashanti region say education, health, and good sanitation policies will determine their votes and indeed will help them decide who represents them in Parliament come 2016. Well, Mahmoud Mohamed Nuruddin has been following up on some of the key issues raised by these constituents and has come through with the following report.
I am currently at Bantima constituency, one of the strongholds of the MPP in the Ashanti region. The party has won this particular seat for so many years, and this time around the NDC are saying they are going to do their best. Well, I'll be speaking to some residents here to find out exactly what they are going to consider to cast their vote for a particular candidate. I mean, we'll look at the basis, whether they are going to consider education, whether they will consider infrastructure development, whether they are going to consider employment to cast their vote for a particular candidate. And I'll be speaking to a few of them and we'll find out exactly what are these factors that they are going to consider in this particular election. Tell me your name and on what basis would you cast your vote for this year's election? I mean, the parliamentary. Yes.
My name is Daniel J. Mensah. I've been staying in this constituency for a very long time. Since we switched to what do you call it, democratic. Voting for a particular party will base on the hard work of the parliamentary candidates. And you know, Bantama constituency has been stronghold of the MPP. There's nothing that's going to change anybody here's mind that is going to vote for other party. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, what I would say is voting for different party with the exception of MPP is going very hard.
So, what would you consider?
So many factors.
Mention them. Can you mention them for me?
Yeah, one, education, health, unemployment, so many. Well, that will lead one may consider to, what do you call it, vote for MPP.
So you think you don't have these things in this particular constituency?
Yeah. Looking around Bantama constituency, there are so many schools here, government schools, and when you go there, if you can take that opportunity to go to the schools around this constituency, you may see that the population during MPP regime, and now the population is declining, and that will consider one to, not voting for the sitting president.
The reason why I vote for my candidate is about education, because in Ghana by this time everybody needs to educate his child. So if we don't have some education, there is nothing he can do. So that's why I try to vote for my candidate.
Well, I'll vote for Atta the MPP.
Why would you vote for a particular candidate? Tell us the reasons why you vote for a particular candidate.
The reason I will vote for a particular candidate is that I will I will see what the person can do for us before I can vote for him.
So what would you like the person to do?
Oh, I would like him to, as for this area, we need so many facilities, such as schools, hospital, though we are having a Confanocho hospital, but it's not enough.
5 years now.
5 years. And you vote here?
Yeah, I vote here.
Bantima constituency.
Bantima constituency.
What are some of the challenges that you go through?
Okay, one thing is that we are living here. In the morning, they will see that there are public toilets around this place. Instead of them to do it in the evening, in the morning that we are working, you will see that they are using that car they used to take the toilet. So the air will do something you can't even believe where. And the boiler too. Now, if you look at where the houses are, it's almost near to the boiler and the toilet. So we suggest that they should do something better amount.
So based on what issues would you vote for a particular candidate?
For us to be happy, so that nobody in this community or area to fall sick, because all these things that we are believing in, it's causing even cancer to we the people living around here.
So what they are saying is that any of the candidate who will be able to solve this challenge for you, you would vote for him?
Yes, that's our main problem here. If anybody can do something about it to remove that public toilet and the refuse down from here, we vote for that person.
What is your next concern?
Okay, our next concern one thing is that there are a lot of youth living here. Some are not working, so it will lead to robbery. When you are working here around 12, you will see that there are people here, they want to take your phone and those can from your pocket. So we suggest that they should do something for the youth, for them to get something better to work.
To create an employment for them?
Yes. So that nobody will envy somebody's work they are doing. That would be better for the youth.
But if I'm enjoying saying, now me so Obama candidate say, yempesua so with me a boy, for example, say be a we school, cranny be a went to school be now he so be doing him, and now say ya quite with me a boy, and now say get funny any money on with me a boy, I boy and pession so. Matuabana, me improvements beer was signing money more and candidate on with the boy. Until I feel my margin say, mentor my candidates, but my president, candidates the mentor margin because Maxwa, me whom more beer or with the boy, or when I renew your pet, you make what's not 4 years time so never trouble now, no maba. No one no much up and down, and then I'm one me pedom bet me a at all. Am I in Chimano? In the candidate there, mentor mobile, but our president. Sing. Nature like I say. Nature me swami. I say. The entire ambassador me to Abama, Nipa woman persuasion. That's I say. My family best school, I was a me benya, you can't say, say, you know, or much say, me to Abama, the woman persuasion. I my family, I'm an uncle school, my bocapa, my bread, my swaffles are quite chins, and they are me, my no money papa. Me and I'm sure almost I've been banning baby school, was a means to make the deca crano. I might say, Sano Menin and I will chum. The woman person so or bar, or Babua, Emma Sano Menin and I, Emma Mesome want to me, and until I'm a person with 2 aban, and my dear woman persuasion.
My name is Afrani, and I vote here in Bantam, and I've lived here all my life here in Bantam. The challenges are just a few that I know that will help. If they will be able to solve that issue, I think it will help. Our road and our market here is not good at all. The ladies are always selling the street. Look at the fruits that they are selling. They don't have a particular place that they are selling all these fruits. And it's a food that people are also consuming. They have hazard and everything involved. That's my first problem. We need a market. And if anyone will come and provide a market for our women, I think it will reduce a little bit of the income that we the men spend on our ladies. Because they also contribute a lot in the family. So if they get a place that they can do their business, I think it will help. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that our school here in Bantam, honestly speaking, it's not good at all. It's so close to the main street from here to Bantam.
You're watching News Desk here on your Journey channel Multi TV. We're taking a break. When we come back, we begin to talk about the upcoming fixture, that World Cup qualifier, a crucial encounter between Ghana and Uganda. George Addo Jr. is standing by. He'll be joining us with a lot more. Stay tuned. Many thanks for staying with us here on News Desk. Let's do some more stories now. And today, I'm sure you might have heard already, but the Black Stars of Ghana will today take on the Cranes of Uganda in the first of a series of matches to determine who makes it to Russia in 2018 for the World Cup competition. Now, Ghana, we are told, is in a qualifying group, pretty difficult group though. But we are in that group with Uganda, Egypt and Congo. But today on News Desk, we want to really take a look at the chances of the Black Stars as far as qualification to Russia is concerned. And like I said, today we are playing the Cranes of Uganda. George Addo Jr. is with Joy Sports. He's joining me in the studio to tell us a lot more about really what our chances are. But George, thank you for joining us.
Great chance to join in.
What are our chances? I mean,
well, I think we have bright chances. If we're looking at the chances of qualifying from this group, yes, it's probably between Ghana and Egypt, if you ask me. I think that Uganda and Congo, even though they've been very difficult teams for Ghana to break down in the past, well, say maybe 3 years. If you look at the head-to-head, out of 11 games, Ghana has won 6 against Uganda, and Uganda has managed to win 3, the rest of the remaining being draws. But under this coach, they have a coach now, Militin Stradojevic. They have been very, very difficult to crack. Somehow, this Ugandan team, I'm talking under Micho Stradojevic, have been lucky because they coincidentally played the Black Stars when we are having issues. The first time they played us was in 2014. And of course, I remember that game in Kumasi when the fans had decided to react to a comment made by Dede Ayew. They were able to draw 1-1. When we went to Kampala, they beat us by 1-0. And these are all games where they really had a good hand on the team and played very well that day with a lot of power to add. So if you look at the Uganda equation and you look at the Congo equation, it makes it difficult for us. Then we have to deal with the head-on against Egypt in qualifying for the World Cup. So I feel that our group is all about Egypt and Ghana, how they conduct themselves, crucially when you go away to Uganda, when you go away to Congo. So now it's expected that either of Egypt and Ghana will win all the home games. This is how the first game is so crucial. So Ghana must win against Uganda to start well, because the next game is against Egypt in Cairo, and you cannot know what to expect. So dealing and talking about this particular game, the dynamics are, here and there.
And particularly at a point where there has been a lot of talk about the Black Stars management, in fact, the team, the GFA, the sports ministry. I mean, there's been a lot of talk and confusion at some point, though. How much of a problem is all this likely to have on the team, on our performance today?
I think the Black Stars are doing very well, really. We've not had players talking so much about what's happening. They've tried to keep their heads up and they're focusing on the game. That's a plus for them, because the Ghana Football Association, the sports ministry have gone on and on. I don't know if there's an end in sight, but they have been so calm. The management team of the Black Stars and indeed the technical team have gone about saying that they have to go onto the pitch and do their business. Even when their bonuses have not been paid, they've showed that they will go out there and play a good game and try and get it out there. So I don't expect the team to be overly worried. The players though have complained about fans coming to support them. They want the support. That's what they are interested in. They've not really spoken about the FA and sports ministry. So I don't expect any of that to give us a problem, really. I'm expecting that the fans will troop in per the information that we got from Benedict. I know you'll be joining us on the line, and everything. The fans will go there in their numbers. I think what we have to talk about is whether we've got the team to do the job against Uganda.
Do you think we have the team? I
think we have a team.
Do we really have a striker now? I mean, Asamoah, you don't know.
Asamoah cannot run as fast as he was doing some 3 years ago.
We don't know how they are. You a crucial member of the team.
Yes. So let me start from it. I think that our problems, one, in defense, even though we have a team that we're used to playing in defense, in John Boy, in Jonathan Mensah, in Harrison Afo, and Babaraman. They have not quite come together as a solid unit because the goalkeeping department is also another problem. We're still not too sure who is going to start. Maybe Razak Brahma gets to start because he has been with the Black Stars for some time whilst Adam Lassen Kwarase was away. But if you ask me, between Razak Brahma and Adam Lassen Kwarase, I think we're just getting maybe a bit of experience from Kwarase and Razak Brahma, but no difference. I think we have a weak goalkeeping department. We have a weak defense. Maybe in midfield, we've seen Mubarak Wakasu and Efri Akwa partner very well.
But I mean, that has really been our strongest
hold. So that's what we'll see coming. And the fact that there's no Dede Ayew, it means that we'll have Christian Achu playing on the right, very likely. And then we'll have the young chap. He's very pacey. He's got a lot of pace to bend. Frankie Champong of Anderlecht on the left side. And I'm sure we'll see Jordan Ayew and Asamoah Gyan. Asamoah Gyan will not be dropping deep so much to be doing the work and everything, but you're sure that when he gets the ball, he's able to put it out there. He showed us that when it comes to finesse and doing the job when you have to put the ball in the net, he's quick to that. He won't run about, that's one thing, but he will take his time. When he gets a chance, he will score. The experience is showing all around Asamoah Gyan, and Tamale should be a good place for him to go. But the Ugandan team is an interesting one to go to.
I know we may take a look at the team a bit. I know we'll be having a lot more extensive discussion on this on the Pulse later on at 3 p.m. But let's take a look at apathy. And the fact that, well, information we are picking suggests that the players are having to purchase tickets for people to come watch a match. I mean,
at this point, they have to do anything to make the fans come. If it means go and purchase tickets, they have to.
Is it that bad?
It's bad. It's bad because we thought this was going to be improving as we're going down the line. And some people have made the point that, in the last 3 games of the Black Stars, we saw people come to the stadium. I'm saying that after 2014, we have not seen those numbers ever. After the 2014 World Cup. So we all understand that we are at a place where we need to work harder to get there. Going to Tamale is good because Tamale don't often see Black Stars games. This is the third Black Stars game. And so you feel the hunger alone will send some of the fans in there to go and see them.
Indeed.
But what we need to work is try and fix this disconnect once and for all. The Black Stars will have to show that all they say, they really mean it, because it's been one thing and the other. We've heard them say, we're sorry for what we did in 2014, and we've had a different posture. So I think in this, the Black Stars have scored high points when they've not really allowed themselves to be drawn so much into this Ghana FA Sports Ministry thing. And as Ghanaians as we are, I know it's been some 2 years, almost 3 years. Some of us are gradually warming back into it. But you see, the thing is, they need to go out there and produce the result. If the Black Stars start winning games 5-0, 5-0, 4-0, 3-0, getting everything done, win the Africa Cup of Nations, it will be easier to make the story go there. But once they haven't done that, I know there'll be one or few fans who will be thinking about, let's withhold our support. But I think that today should be a good day in Tamale.
Right. George, before we wrap up on this, Benedict also is joining us via Skype. We will get the very latest from him as far as preparations are concerned so far. And then maybe we will continue. We'll wrap up on this anyway. But I'm really keen on getting to know the Ugandan squad that will be playing today.
That's an interesting squad as well.
Very keen on getting to know.
You know, when I said we have a weak goalkeeping department, I think they have a great goalkeeping department in Dennis Nyanga, who is the goalkeeper for Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns are in the finals of the CAF Champions League.
Yeah, the CAF Champions League.
Amazing stuff. Now you look at the defense, they have Isaac Nsindi.
Just hold on there. Let's get the very latest from Benedict. Benedict, good morning. How's Tamale?
Tamale is okay. Everything is fine here.
I see.
The place is buzzing ahead of the game this afternoon.
Okay. Just before you joined us, I was speaking to George about one pretty interesting thing. I mean, it has to do with the apathy levels. And many are suggesting that unless, of course, the players are able to produce some magic or do something, I mean, this may linger on for a while. We hear that the players are having to buy tickets just so some of these fans can come watch the match. I mean, how bad a situation is it there? Does it appear that people really are not interested in watching this match?
Not at all. That's a sharp contrast to what's happening here. You know, the apathy obviously is shown in Accra and also in Kumasi. Tamale is totally different. The fact that the players are buying tickets for the fans does not mean that the fans are not coming to the stadium and they had to buy ticket for them. That's not the story here. Actually, what's happening is that even yesterday when I got here, I went to the stadium to witness their last training session. It looks like we were even playing the game itself. The fans trooped to the stadium just to, catch a glimpse of the players and also to cheer them up. And every move, every attempt of the players came a loud cheer from the fans. So it's not as if like the fans are not interested in this game. They are interested in the game. When you go out, they talk to you about the game. But the players, because of what has happened previously, with what happened in Brazil, and as part of doing things to get the fans back, especially to those in Accra and also in Kumasi, it's right and appropriate for them to start doing something. So they thought about it, and I mean, this one thing they can also do to ensure that going forward they get the fans elsewhere, because here in Tamale they know they have the fans. Avram Grant told me that, I mean, he's so thrilled and so happy to see the fans here. He never even thought that they were going to get this support.
Okay.
He saw it in Accra during the Wanda game where it looked like Ghanaians didn't care. In Kumasi as well, he's seen it before. But here in Tamale, it's a total different story.
Okay, you speak of preparation. You mentioned that yesterday you watched them train. Let's take a look at the preparation and the likely setup we'll be presenting this morning. I mean, later today when we play them. Do you have any idea the lineup we'll be going with?
Well, very difficult to tell you at this moment, because even Avram Grant himself yesterday, when I asked him, said he was unsure of the starting lineup. Since he became Black Stars coach, you can always predict the starting lineup. And yesterday he said that 80% he's sure, but 20% is not sure, because most of his players played very well before joining the team. You look at Daniel Amate at Leicester City, that's really giving him problems, as he said. And also look at Christian Achu in their last game, Newcastle's last game before he joined this side. He scored a great goal. Asamoah himself is back to the team that did so well for Athlete, 5 matches, 4 goals. So Avram Grant, according to him, and especially with what he has seen with the team since they arrived here in Tamale, and also the training they did in Accra, told me that he's having selection headache, and he does not even know what to do. But obviously that's his job, and definitely you will get a strong starting lineup for the game. But if you are to push me, and by virtue of what I saw in yesterday's training, it looks like we'll definitely have Razak Brahma in post, and also Harris Napo, Baba Aman will play the right and left respectively. Then we'll have John Boy, Jonathan Mensah operating in central defense. Then obviously in midfield will be Afi Yakwa with Christian Achu, also Mubarak Wakasu. Then we'll have a champion will play as well, with Jordan Ayew and Asamoah leading the attack.
Benedict, many thanks for that update. We'll come back to you later for some more. And just like the lineup you present.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're expecting, and based on the training and everything. But I think he's made a fantastic point. The boys should definitely go out there and have the fans right behind them. And this should work for Ghana, because it's a World Cup, and going to World Cup is a big issue. But just topping it up with the Ugandan team and what we are likely to face, when I spoke about Dennis Onyango, who is the Mamelodi Sundowns goalkeeper, Champions League goalkeeper. In defense, they have Isaac Nsindi, who partnered very well with Andrew Meswega. He's like their Jonathan Mensah, who is retired. And they have a young chap who's joined, Mushi Juko, fantastic. On the left and right, they have Godfrey Walum Simbi, and then they also have Dennis Iguma. These are fantastic guys who play. But in midfield, there's a danger man. He's Tony Maweji. And Ghanaians remember him so much in Kumasi when he scored the goal for Uganda. And they also have Farouk Mia, who plays for Anderlecht in Belgium. Fantastic guys to look forward. And they have their owner, Samoa in Jeffrey Massa. He's number 11 jersey, who is likely to play for them. Khalid Ucho, Luwaga Kizito. Fantastic guys all around to play this game. So it should be a very tight one.
Interesting. Any predictions?
I think the Black Stars should be able to find a way through this. It's very difficult to predict lately against the Black Stars in Uganda. But they must find a way. They bought tickets, must find a way.
So 1-0.
2-0 is fine.
2-0?
2-0, yes. I see. In Tamale.
Who scored?
Hot weather. I think Asamoah will score. He's
been doing well elsewhere.
Yeah, he's been doing well. You see, I think if Asamoah gets the ball, he's able to think on his feet in a good area, he can score, because experience is really showing, and his finesse is something to look forward to. Don't expect him to run. So Asamoah gets to go, and one midfielder also gets to go. It's fine.
Okay, all right. George Addo Jr., the English fireman. let me remind you of that very tag that he's taking upon himself. Well, but that's George Addo Jr. with Joy Sports, and he's been telling us a lot more about the upcoming fixture between Ghana and Uganda. It's later today. We'll be bringing you a lot more on that, particularly on our news and analysis program, The Pulse. There'll be a special edition of The Pulse today because we'll be taking a look at this very match. We'll be delving deeper into it. And
we'll there's live commentary on radio. On radio, Joy 99.7.
True. So there's live commentary on radio, mind you, and we'll be bringing you excerpts later right here on your election headquarters. You're joining each other. But since George is here, I think you might as well just do sports, right?
Yeah, I think we'll go through it. We can talk about the other World Cup qualifiers.
Just a second. Let's take a break.